Hey, Capricorn, intuitive soul coach here with your October 2023 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below your video. All right, welcome. This is good for any and all placements of Capricorn in your chart, and you're showing up right away in your overall energy, Capricorn. Your main energy for the month of October is leaving the past behind. Now, as we navigate through this Libran energy and this eclipse season that we are currently in, there's going to be a lot that comes to the surface. Now, we have a full solar eclipse on the 14th of October in the sign of Libra, but we also have a partial lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus on the 28th of October. And that is a really powerful eclipse as well, because it's all about taking something and going with it, right? It's wrapping it up. It's finally giving that closure or forgiveness or bringing that project to the finish line. So I see for a lot of you Capricorns, something is being completed here, and you're going to be able to put the past behind you, because I am getting that it's been a long time coming. Now, as we're tuning into this energy, I feel like there could be a little bit of a pause or a little bit of a delay. There it is. But when it comes in towards the end of October, it's going to come in kind of with a bang is what I see here for you. So we have authenticity, getting real, being real with others, truths coming to the surface. For those of you who have been going in the direction of the ego versus our soul's direction, if we've been going in the direction of the ego versus our souls, that's shifting up, right? That is what this eclipse season is exposing. Now, for some of you, you have been walking the path of what your soul's true calling is. And if so, this is going to be a really fun ride for you. This is all about you shining with this Leo energy as your outcome. But for those of you who have been going through a little bit of a challenge, finally, the light at the end of the tunnel here, Capricorn, you're really going to be able to leave something in the past once and for all. This could even be some old hurt, old wounding, pain. It could be health concerns or issues. I'm also getting here something along the heart chakra. So some of you may have even had a cancer scare, or you were in some sort of recovery or remission. I also get that there could be surgery showing up here where you're going to heal and you're going to recover beautifully is what I am sensing. I also feel for a lot of you with this leave the past behind, you could have been dealing with a legal situation or a battle between maybe family members or co-workers. There's just something that it's a little bit sticky. It's a little bit gooey and icky. I don't love the energy of it here, but there were some valuable lessons. You may have needed to go through something, but boy, oh boy, did it drag out for you. I'm getting that strong, Capricorn. So this is the month where you're able to put it behind you. You get to close the door, lock it up, and throw the key away. I don't see it ever coming back here for you. So this is a really powerful month. Now, around that October 14th eclipse in Libra, you're going to be able to relax. There could be an important date, court date. There could be an important conversation or an opportunity for you to clear the air, because you're getting real with yourself. You're getting real with others. You're going to be able to relax a little bit as well, because you've been carrying something for so long. I'm getting that 10 of Wands energy. This could be carrying some heavy burdens that maybe were or weren't yours to carry in the first place. But because you have relaxed next to it, being able to see some sort of a truth of a situation, right? There's truth in the quote, "The truth shall set you free." And I feel like there's something you are liberating, putting out into the universe. It could even be something you've been working on. Maybe you've been working really hard on building a website, building a business, or looking for a job. I feel like that's coming in, and now you can kind of relax a little bit. You don't have to try so hard. And I'm also getting not dimming your light or putting on a false mask in order to be seen or valued or heard, because that's not you, Capricorn. You don't need to be anyone but who you are. And if you were in any sort of environment or relationship or situation where you felt like you couldn't be yourself entirely, that's about to shift here. Now, towards the end of the month, it took a little bit, I will say here, to get the messages. If you saw during that shuffle, I read into everything here, and intuitively, I feel like there could have been a little bit of that pause or delay, but I see that there is going to be important communication or message even between the two eclipses from the 14th to the 28th here for you, Capricorn. But we have your energy showing up again. Take a reality check. There it is. There's that splash of water in your face. Sometimes we need spirit to bring in the bucket, right? And not only, sometimes it feels like it's a little splash of water from the bucket. Sometimes it feels like the whole darn bucket is being poured over us, but it's actually allowing us to get and take that reality check that maybe we weren't able to necessarily see. Maybe we felt too foggy or things weren't quite clear, but you're getting that reality check at the end of the month, and it's going to allow you to move forward, see things clearly, or have a new sense of direction. It's going to allow you to leave this past in the past as well. Okay, so what else do we have? Oh, here it is. Scorpio energy, which towards the end of the month, the 23rd of October, we head into Scorpio season. And it says, reveal what needs to be seen. So like I said, between the 14th of October and the 28th, there's going to be a lot of reveals. There's going to be a lot of hidden truths, whether these hidden truths are within yourself, within others, within your professional life, your personal life, even on a global worldly level. That's what eclipse season is all about. It's not to be feared. These things come up for us to bring our energies back into balance. Okay, it's here to raise the vibration, not just of yourself, but of to the planet, because when you heal, the world heals. So there's a oneness within this energy here. We're going to take a look, of course, and clarify what needs to be revealed in order for you to leave the past in the past. Some of you, now I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I feel like this, it's not just bad news. It's something you already know. So it's some sort of truth. This could be in a relationship where maybe there was gossip or someone talking behind your back, and maybe your intuition already told you or led you on to this. This could be a relationship where you just felt like someone wasn't being honest with you. If this is the case and it's something that you already know, I mean, for some of you, maybe you're not aware, but for the majority of you, you already do. There's going to be proof or evidence or something showing up here for you that's going to allow you to close the door to the past here. Okay, I just have to bring that up because that's showing up here. But if for those of you that may be in a loving job or a loving relationship, be proud of yourself because you've been there as well at some point or another. It just depends on where you are at on your journey. Now, your final cards here. This is the outcome. You have Taurus energy. So again, Taurus is showing up here towards the end of the month. And this is about you being proud of yourself. You have this Leo energy and it says shine. So this is about you shining your light. This is about you feeling empowered, feeling proud of yourself, other people feeling proud of you as well, and maybe even receiving some sort of compliment, some sort of acknowledgement for a job well done. Maybe this is a job at your workplace or within your business. This could even be a good review that you get. It could be a thank you letter. They're actually showing me a handwritten thank you letter. For others of you, you may be gifted because I'm seeing a gift here as well. It could be a physical gift. It could be tangible. It could be a resource. It doesn't have to be, an actual gift, but you could be gifted a new opportunity or be gifted something that's really quite beautiful, and it's going to help you move forward is what I see. So leaving the past behind. I also see that this is something you've been working really hard towards. For example, maybe you've been working on writing a book for the past 10 years, 20 years and you've been working hard on it, and now you're ready to launch that book out into the universe. So you're able to put that chapter, literally, right? You're able to put that chapter or that process of writing that specific book behind you in order to reach this new beginning of launch. And that's what I get for a lot of you, whether it's a book, whether it's a job, a relationship, health. You're definitely hitting a new level here of satisfaction, of accomplishment, and of pride. I feel like you should definitely be proud of yourself here because you've done a lot of good work. You put out a lot of good energy into the universe. It's about time you start receiving it back. Now let's take a look and see what is being exposed to you. Okay, what needs to be seen? What are you embracing here that maybe you don't see coming, maybe you do, but let's see what's coming in for you around this eclipse time. What do we have for Capricorn, please? Wow, I cannot tell you the amount of cards from, I think we're using what, 3 or 4 decks in these readings. And I shuffle between each reading quite well, and I shuffle as I'm, pulling them, but I cannot tell you the amount of the same cards showing up throughout the readings, all across the board. And there's only a couple readings after you left, Capricorn, and we're seeing a lot of the same energies. And you have the Dragon's Duel, which I believe Sagittarius received this same one as well. All right, so wow, there's a lot coming in for you at the end of the month, okay? Even though there may be a little bit of a pause, okay, we're getting a lot of energy towards the end of the month. It could be a deadline. It could be almost a race to the finish line, or spirit pushing you to move in a new direction because you've completed a cycle and your soul is ready. It's like you're chomping at the bit to move over here, and I see that coming in. So there's going to be a lot revealed to you. So let's dive in here. The Dragon's Duel. This is about inner conflict. It's about morality and making conscious choices. So this is, which dragon do you feed? And I said this in the beginning of your reading, and maybe that's why, because this is showing up here again, like it did in Sagittarius's reading. But this is about you having a couple of paths. As they say, whatever dragon you feed is the one that's going to, grow. So you could be taking the path of the ego, right? We all do that. We're, after all, having a human experience. Sometimes the ego says, this is the path. This is the way I must go. That's the direction. But then over here, Spirit sees it from all perspectives, all angles, right? And says, well, there's a better path over here for you. But sometimes we get so caught up on what path we think we should be on, where there's a little bit of that inner turmoil. We have a hard time trusting our intuition. We ask, is this our intuition? Is this our ego? Is this our mind? Is this our emotion? So there's a lot of inner confusion going on here. But Spirit is saying, if you choose the path here of authenticity, which is showing up mid-month for you, you have this be real, you have the card about taking a reality check. If you are real to yourself, your soul's true north, you have the Sun Dancer. You literally have the Shine card, which you see the sun above. And the Sun Dancer is about joyful activity, celebration of life, and abundance. So for those of you that have struggled with figuring even out, am I on the journey's path or the ego's path, or is this my soul's calling? Am I even in the right direction? What do I need to do? Because I see a lot of mental turmoil here. That is what is being revealed. What's being revealed is the path is being made clear. You've been asking for divine guidance. You're going to allow yourself to leave this past behind, or the past that you were on. I say the past that you were on, but the path, which kind of plays into the path, right, that you were on, is shifting. You're shifting the paradigm. And I've been talking about this almost religiously with these bonus readings because these are getting a little deep. But you have here the Sun Dancers. So I feel like you are choosing to stick to your morals, your integrity. You're not compromising what you believe is in your highest good. And if you do not compromise what is in your highest good and you say, I'm going to go in this direction because I know this is of my highest service, of my highest good, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. You're going to be joyfully surprised. There's activity, there's celebration. There is here a conclusion or finish or some sort of satisfaction here in a big way. So I'm loving this. Now, what else do we have showing up? Wow, how beautifully ironic is this? Remember what we said about this little bit of a pause showing up here mid-month because it's taken a little bit of a maybe introspection, hermit type of energy. You actually have the resting tree, which is all about patience and stillness. So this could be you really getting into alignment. And I don't know if you can see this, but it got bright in here really quickly. So the resting tree is about taking a little bit of a pause, a rest. Some of you could even be traveling mid-month around this eclipse, this new moon in Libra. But I also sense that you're getting still so you can receive the divine messages that clear up any misleading or misconceptions about which path is the best path for you. Okay, the resting tree. So what you don't see coming is you're going to get some answers here. There's going to be some clarity around a situation. And you actually have right below this or right above this, you have that relax card. So there's something coming in here that's going to allow you, whether it's a day of downtime, whether it's you taking a little bit of a retreat, whether it's you receiving some important information through meditation, through being still, being silent. Next, you have the spiral dancer. Now things start to speed up here. You have, wow, okay, you have a lot of cards. We're going to only pick 2 out of these to read the ally, the message from the book. But you have the spiral dancer, and it's all about roots and perception. And perception has been a big thing we've been talking about here because perceptions and mistruths and illusions are getting shattered. They are being shattered in the month of October or around this eclipse season. So the truth that we once had about maybe a person, place, or thing, or even about our own path, if it is not in alignment to the highest good of all, including your own soul purpose, these things are becoming exposed, right? We're going to see this showing up on a global level, on a worldwide level. I'm getting here personally, professionally. If you haven't already checked out the collective reading on the eclipse season, you may want to check that out. But the spiral dancer is about shifting up our routine as well. It could be course correcting. It wouldn't surprise me to even see that 7 of Pentacles as we clarify. You have Gaia's Garden. This is about fruition, abundance, and reaping what you sow. So yes, things are coming to fruition here. If you've been putting out the work, if you've been doing good stuff, you're going to see that you're on the right path, right? You're going to see that it comes back to you tenfold. But for those of you who've been working through a lot of stuff and maybe you haven't unleashed your kindest self, you're going to see that it may have been a little bit difficult. But I feel like now what's happening is the game is shifting. The Eagle King has been showing up pretty much for every sign, and this is about big picture thinking. It is about us getting out of that smallness, that subjective thinking of our own perception, our own reality, right? It's about us being able to see the truth of what's really happening or what we really need to know in order to live and lead from our highest good, right? From our highest energy. So angelic help is here. We're able to see through this angelic help. We have the camel boy also showing up for a lot of signs. It says small steps, asking for help. And this is about you taking a little bit of a leap here and receiving, because that may be difficult for you because Capricorn, there hasn't always been help available when you've asked or when you've needed it, but you can trust that help is coming in at this time. Okay. It may not show up in the form that you thought, but because you are surrendering, because you are allowing abundance to show up in any form that it desires, right? Any form that this abundance can show up in, you're accepting it. Okay, so beautiful energy. And lastly, look at this. You have the Dream Walker, which is all about dreams, the collective good, and illusion. So basically what we've been talking about here. So a shattering of any sort of illusion that either you yourself have put on a person, place, or thing because of an experience. After all, that's our own perception, right? We have a perception based on something that we've gone through. The world has a perception on certain people, places, or thing because of society, because of religion, because of what we're taught. You know, it doesn't have to necessarily be good or bad, but anything that's not aligned with the collective good is being exposed. And this does include your workforce, right? Your relationships, your personal life, your health, things of that nature. Pay attention to your dreams, because a lot of you are receiving prophetic messages, you're receiving downloads. Some of you are actually showing up on places that you are in or on, because they're showing me like on different planets or on different places in the stars, maybe even the moon energy here. But you may even show up in your dreams, being in houses that you've never been to but feel so familiar, right? You may show up in schools that you know where the classroom is, but you've never been there before. So pay attention to these dreams, because a lot of you are being divinely guided. Write down your dreams. If you normally don't remember them, set a little notepad next to your bed, set an intention of remembering your dreams, and maybe sleep with a moonstone below your pillow, right? This is a really powerful time for you to receive downloads and messages through your dreams. So what you don't see coming, for those of you that normally aren't dreamers or you don't remember them, there is going to be some dreams that you remember. And if you do typically remember your dreams, pay attention, because there's going to be some juicy, good stuff coming in for you. All right, let's take a look and see which ones okay, thank you, Spirit. They're showing me Gaia and the Sun Dancers. So we're going to read the messages here from Gaia's Garden and the Sun Dancers. Some of you may be born on the 23rd, the 18th, the 22nd, the 5th, the 12th, the 8th. All right. Or you may be 32 or 33 years old. So let's take a look and clarify the Sun Dancers, card 32. All right, Capricorn. This one is all about celebrating you now. The Sun Dancers celebrate you now, and they remind you of the laws of success and praise. Anything you place your attention on will manifest and experience, so the laws are always perfect. Expect the best and praise it in advance. This unleashes the magic of mystical magnetic energy, drawing circumstances to you to create the reality you envision, right? So we just talked about reality. We talked about perception. But if it is aligned with your highest good, which is what is actually being illuminated to you, you're going to see that manifestation happens much quicker than it did in the past, right? So give thanks in advance for the grace and the goodwill of the divine. Be willing to dance the victory dance as if your greatest dreams are realized, and watch how easily things begin to fall into place. Stay positive and leave the timing up to the divine. All things are possible now, so dance the joy of being and celebrate your life and abundance today. Now, for those of you who feel like life hasn't been a celebration lately, because you may still be in this past energy, because remember, that is the overall energy. It could be the challenge even for you this month. Beware of losing yourself in your dreams of the future when the Sun Dancer comes to challenge you. Their message is sweet and simple. Stop what you're doing and go have some fun. Celebrate what is and don't worry about what will be or what could be. Be here and now. Just be. Just for today. You will find your answers, but only after you've made time to play. And that makes sense, because you have here patience, stillness, relax. Some of you are too caught up in the busyness, right? They're giving me that song, and this song always shows up when we're rushing. I'm in a hurry to get things done, rush and rush until life's no fun, right? So if you felt like you've been rushing lately, this is saying it's time to take a step back, Tomorrow, after all, is another day, Capricorn, and the sun will rise again to shed its warmth and light on all that needs clarity. You can count on it. Yeah, you can count on it. So if things feel a little bit heavy, take a step back, have some fun, because towards the end of the month, you can regain and pick up that momentum and take it home, right? Take it home, baby, because there is a finish line that you're going to come in with more momentum and more energy than maybe you felt for a while. All right, let's take a look. Card 18, Gaia's Garden. I also feel like this is part of your outcome. I will say it's part of what you don't see coming, part of some sort of victorious win. When it shows up as the ally in Gaia's Garden, you have everything you need to make your dreams come true. There's no shortage of anything, and you're constantly reminded of the law of supply. Gaia is the infinite spirit manifest in all tangible things. She represents the abundance of nature. When she comes to you as your ally, she invites you to partake of all the blessings of life. There will always be enough for everyone. Success comes to you from the fruits of your intentions, and all is well with the world as a result. This is also a sign to remind you to give thanks and maintain an attitude of humility and gratitude as your greatest good now manifests for you. Gaia's gifts are sweeter when you share them with others. Okay, so if you are receiving these blessings, it is very important for you to give back as well, right? Maybe we become at times a little lazy, expecting the fruit to fall from the tree while you rest below its leaves. That could be part of this relaxation. Maybe the old piece of it, I don't feel this for a lot of you. I feel it's more of that busyness. But for some of you, if there's been a little bit of laziness and energy, or even a little bit of inertia or lack of, everything you have within you is needed in the world, because your garden, it does require tending, whether it's water and food, right? For the soil, we need to put that energy into our garden. So you may be looking, am I putting enough energy into a situation? Do I need to start over, reseed, replant, regrow? But I feel for a lot of you, this is the time to kind of reap what you've put out there. This is a time for things to come to fruition for you. So it says, ask not what you will get, but what you can give. You'll be pleasantly surprised by this change of perception. Yes, be careful not to procrastinate too much, or the window of your current opportunity, it could close. Yet even if you do miss this one, as long as you're willing to help in the garden, you will most certainly see another. And that's what I see. And maybe that's part of that deadline, or taking it all the way, because you have a really big burst of inertia, or a big burst of, yes, energy here to bring something to fruition. Don't let this energy of maybe needing to really relax, don't stay in that for too long, because I see that it's important for you to do so, but we don't want to stay in that energy for so long we miss the opportunity here at the end of the month, okay? Because Gaia's Garden is bringing you a really bountiful cornucopia of wonderful things, right? Beautiful energy here. Let's clarify a few things here. What do we need to leave in the past? Okay, what does Capricorn need to leave in the past, or what is it? Oh, wow. Some sort of choppy waters. Okay, and behind it, we have the Judgment with the Six of Swords. So this is all about heading towards a new beginning, a new life. There's the Chariot showing up at the bottom as well. So a lot of movement here, a lot of action after a time of feeling stuck, or feeling like you were learning some big, powerful spiritual lessons. The Judgment card is all about embracing change for the better, right? It's about your purpose, your calling. It's about redemption and awakening. It is about forgiveness and healing the wounds of the past, so you don't have to keep replaying them. So you don't have to keep feeling that that is your reality, that your reality consists of pain and turmoil and challenge and struggle. That does not have to be your story any longer if it was. Okay, this Judgment card is saying you can move on from that. You are moving on from that. That's what you're leaving behind. Okay, whether it's leaving behind an old way of thinking, an old home, a job, a relationship, a pattern, an addiction, whatever it is, you're turning your life around in a big, big way. I like this. What beautiful clarifiers. Let's take a look and see. Let's see what all this bountiful abundance is. Okay, what's this bountiful abundance? Who doesn't want to know what beautiful gifts are coming in, right? And you're definitely, I see a lot of them showing up here for you. Some of you are attracting an air sign, Gemini specifically, but it could be Libra, Aquarius, or Aquarius. You have the King of Swords. I also sense that some of you are softening into your emotions. If you've been quite masculine lately, now especially you females out there who've been more in your masculine energy, you can expect to kind of receive, right? There's that masculine energy of action and go, go, go. And then there's that feminine energy of, you know, receptivity, receiving, caretaking, nurturing. And I feel like a lot of you are kind of coming into that as well. Now, this could also be the energy that's brought into relationships, brought into your work, brought into, you know, anything that's been feeling a little stiff or a little hard lately with the King of Swords. We have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is going to turn in your favor after some sort of rest here. We need to rest mid-month, okay? And then there comes the success with the Six of Wands. It's been slow. Slow and steady wins the race, right? The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, but there's still action here. But that's okay, because this Knight of Pentacles, there wasn't necessarily a big hurry possibly in the beginning, but I am getting a speeding up of momentum here because there was a disconnect at some point along the line. Some of you may be even disconnecting your energy from something of the past, right? Two of Cups. It could be a partnership. It could be a job. It could be something that was toxic. You have the Devil here, but it's definitely looking better, and you might have to rest and recoup a little bit, but you'll get back on your feet in no time is what I heard. Back on your feet in no time. And last but not least, let's get a few messages from your animal guides and see what messages are showing up here for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know? Again, you're getting the same cards that a lot of other signs have received as well. So let's just get one more card, please. Just one. I see the pigeon out here. We have the pigeon. The pigeon is all about coming home to yourself, right? And we've been talking about that here, coming home to your soul self. We have the meerkat and we have the rat. Interesting. So the pigeon is about channeling. A lot of you are channelers. You're channeling divine information. This is about you being able to be gentle and kind with yourself, gentle and kind with others, right? It's that receptive energy that we just talked about. Some of you are leaving your home, I'm hearing, or you may be moving or contemplating a move. Remember, home is where the heart is. You can make home anywhere as long as, you know, it is something or somewhere that you really love and you want to be, and it's who you're with as well. And you'll meet your soul tribe. For those of you that are wanting love or friendship, you will meet new people where it is that you're moving or you're going, if that is in the books here for you. The rat talks about shrewd choices, reproduction, and agility here. So I definitely feel like you're making some choices. Some of you may even have called you a shrewd. They may have said, well, you're making those choices. That's selfish of you to do. It's not selfish. You are doing it because you've done so much for everyone else that they expect, right? Expectation's the root of evil. So they expect you to stop what you're doing and tend to them, or they expect you to be a certain way because that's maybe how you've always been. That's what you're leaving behind. You're making choices that are based on your family, yourself, a new beginning here, because you see that there's a little baby rat there. And lastly, the meerkat. This is all about group dynamics, discussion, and effective leadership. You are a leader, Capricorn. You are stepping up into your power. You're taking the lead. I feel like there's a group talk, communication effort, and you're going to be discussing some important things. You're going to be discussing here possibly about new ideas, new opportunities, family dynamics, something around maybe children, child. It could even be about end of life care, things of that nature. It may have to do with family, siblings, as well as maybe coworkers. But I definitely feel like the choices that you are making here are based on conscious decisions that are going to be in the highest good of all. So trust, okay? Don't second guess. That is what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. And it certainly helps the growth of the channel. So thank you very much. If you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Lots of love.